were so high, you didn't know she was alive, and placed in a landfill where she will never be found.
Thank you, we appreciate it.
No problem. I like to be thorough. I've been doing this all day. I read shit out. It's out the way.
As hell. Deleted my out her phone.
All of my children look up to her. I don't know if my baby cried. I don't know if my baby fought. I don't know what he did to my baby.
The defendant took a young woman's life, disposed of her remains, and then repeatedly obstructed the investigation into her disappearance.
You didn't have any evidence that anybody cleaned this particular area in order to hide evidence, correct?
I don't have evidence to say that.
Zion Foster, a spry 17 years old girl, went missing on January 4th, 2022, after last being seen with her cousin, Jaylen Brazier. What began as a desperate search for a missing teenager investigation turned into a harrowing tale of family betrayal and legal scrutiny. Zion Foster was a lively and caring girl from East Point, Michigan. She was a high school student.
All right, we're going to get back to the video, but yeah, man, hey, y'all go grab y'all some water or whatever it is y'all doing. Y'all watch my videos and come and rock with your boy. Now, this is not a dusty story time. This is more of a, like, true crime type. But at the same time, it's a little dustiness sprinkled on there because it all started because one cousin looked like the other cousin. So that's dusty. So, yeah, it's kind of true crime dusty type. But I'm going to start doing some true crime type stuff on here, too. You know, I'm trying to just spread the content out. Doing all types, you know, keep y'all entertained in different ways. But yeah, I'm going to try some of this true crime stuff. Tell me if y'all want to see more true crime in the comments, or if y'all don't, just be like, nah, you feel me? But yeah, let's get to the video, fam.
Student with a bright future ahead. Her friends and family described her as kind and full of life. On January 4th, 2022, Zion left her home but never returned, which was very unusual for her since she always kept in touch with her family. When Zion didn't come back, her mother, Sierra Milton, quickly reported her missing to the East Point Police Department. The family was worried because Zion had never gone missing before. This started a frantic search to find her. The police started investigating where Zion was last seen. They discovered that she had been with her cousin, Jaylen, on the night she disappeared. Police searched Jaylen's house.
Didn't I tell y'all, y'all can't even trust family. You can't trust nobody. Nobody. You feel me?
Thank you, we appreciate it.
No problem. Zion's out of the law. Get up. I can bust your house like, bro, I haven't seen this girl.
We don't have any dogs over here.
No dogs, no dogs.
Okay.
Jaylen, who was then 23 years old, was also questioned by police.
I like to be thorough. I've been doing this all day. I read shit out. It's out the way. Camera system, we have a rain system. It only records in the motion. So let's say you come to the door or leave out the door. Tuesday, yeah. Okay. Most of these people, my car sitting outside the door. Somebody walked past. The times when I left is when I took her to work and we came back, went to get gas. Just basically showing this girl was never in my house. So
We believe you, man.
and she's known to be a runaway. Like she's ran like 4 times, and every time she got some dude's house. Her mom knows this. Her mom's just playing it a certain way and it's making me fucking uncomfortable.
However, Jaylen later stated that he had spent time with Zion and then dropped her off near her home. But Zion's family felt uneasy about his story and continued to push for more information. The search for Zion became more intense as days passed. The East Point Police Department worked with the FBI to find her. They searched neighborhoods, checked surveillance cameras, and followed many tips from the public. The community helped by organizing search parties and handing out flyers, hoping to find any clues about Zion's whereabouts. On January 24, 2022, nearly 3 weeks after Zion went missing, Jaylen was questioned again by the police. This time, he admitted that Zion had died while they were together. Jaylen claimed that Zion had accidentally overdosed on an illicit substance.
So now you guys are just chilling, and that's all of a sudden she just blanks out like that?
Not. When I got up to go get me something to drink,
Yeah.
I came back and she was saying she was tired and everything, and she laid her head back. So okay, I'm let you go to sleep for a bit, whatever.
Okay.
And then about 15 to 20 minutes after that, I was like, okay, are you good? You ready to go home? And she wasn't responding.
Instead of calling for help, he panicked and put her body in a dumpster.
The dumpster, was there only one dumpster there or two? Or
There's two.
There's two?
Yes, two of those.
Was there anything in it, did you notice?
I have no idea. I didn't look.
And is there a side door or you had to push her over the top?
Over the top.
And then it had the lids that come down?
Yes.
Were the lids already open or you had to open them up?
They're open.
And then did you put anything on top of her?
No.
So you just threw the body in there?
That was
That's
it.
Jaylen's confession changed the investigation from a case of missing persons to a criminal case. After Jaylen's confession, the police searched many dumpsters and landfill sites, hoping to find Zion's body. They worked quickly and faced tough winter conditions in Michigan. Despite their hard work, they couldn't find her remains. This was very painful for Zion's family, who couldn't get the closure they needed without finding her body. The community held vigils to honor Zion and encouraged anyone with more information to come forward. The family's pain was evident, and the lack of a body made their grief even harder to bear. Jaylen was arrested and charged with tampering with evidence and lying to the police during a violent crime investigation. People were outraged by his actions, especially since he didn't seek help for Zion. During his trial, Jaylen said he acted out of fear and panic, not out of malice. However, his lies and actions made things worse. Detective Sarah Markell from the Detroit Police Department testified that she extracted evidence from several cell phones belonging to Jaylen, but notably not from the phone he had on the night Zion Foster died. She stated that this specific phone's data and messages had been wiped clean just 2 days after Foster's death.
A factory reset requires a few different steps from a person who is resetting the phone. It's not something where you could accidentally hit a button.
Despite this, data from Jaylen's phone after Foster's death was successfully retrieved and analyzed.
What's the next message say?
As hell, deleted my out her phone.
They included Google searches of his phone. Some of the searches were like, what happens to your body if you drink peroxide? How to tell if you're being watched by police? How to tell if there's a stakeout on your property? Why haven't I been arrested if I'm being investigated? How much Motrin can kill you? How does the FBI satellite find people? Can putting a toaster in the bath kill you? What happens when you report someone to the FBI?
One, I did turn myself in. Yes, I lied, but I was not in the right state of mind. There was no way for me to prepare for a situation like that.
I'm not totally clear on the situation.
Well, when she died, it was just random. From my end,
What do you mean?
I was terrified. Literally from that point on, I didn't know what to do. I wasn't in the right state of mind for anything. And I turned myself and they didn't present me with anything. After getting my thoughts together.
So did you explain how she passed?
I don't know exactly how she passed, what caused her to pass. I just know 1 minute she was cool, she was fine, she laid back for a minute. Next thing I know, she was dead.
It was hard for the judge to believe what Jaylen was claiming.
Bruh, I don't care who it is. If anybody's in the house with someone that they love, a family member or whatnot, and that person just fall over and die, anybody, they gonna call the ambulance. Hey, my cousin just fell over. Hey, y'all coming? We trying to save him. This man said he got shook. He got shook and he thought that if he called them that they would think he did. Like, what? Like, come on, bro.
Are you telling me that you're stoned, she's stoned, you think she dies, and then you dispose of the body? Just like that? That was your choice?
I sat for a minute and I didn't know what to do. I was like, I just did not know what to do. It's like,
I mean, the first thing that came to your mind, I'm trying to understand with the limited information I have, that this person passed away in your presence, and your first thought is, well, I gotta get rid of the body.
My first thought was how bad it looked to start with. Just like, how do I explain like what happened? I don't know why she died or what it caused her to die. And it's a lot of possibility just popped in my head. I was reacting off of just innate fear. Just, I don't know. Literally, I don't do anything. I just didn't know what to do. Literally, I literally did not know what to do. I sat for at least 10 minutes sitting there. Like, what do I do? Who do I call? My kids are upstairs. We just got into this place after struggling for like 2 years to get it, and everything is falling down.
At one stage, Jaylen's.
I wish I could take it back. Nobody in this situation. At the very least, they'd be like, okay, this happened, confirm this. And everybody got some sort of peace right now. You know? But
don't cry now.
I just didn't know what to do.
Zion's mother expressed her pain in front of the court.
All of my children look up to her. We were supposed to be planning her prom, her dress and colors. I'm still getting emails from the school right now for graduation pictures and just graduation. And I can't do any of that because she asked me if she could go with Jaylen. And I said yes, because I trust him. And I thought he would be responsible. But the fact is that it seems to me like he was hiding. And to say, you panicked. Then why didn't you think about my baby? What if you were so high you didn't know she was alive and placed in a landfill where she will never be found? I will never know. I will never forgive you, Jaylen. And it may not matter, but I hope that your children grow up without you so that they can be better.
The prosecution attempted to turn the case into a murder case by making a point.
It wasn't his panic that night, of course, that started this, but it's the 14 days after he pays for it now before the court. January 5th, you've heard the statements he's making to Sierra. January 7th, there are text messages. And at this point, Sierra has gone public with her daughter missing. And she's suffering through scams. She goes to the city of Detroit on the 8th to pay somebody money because her daughter is allegedly being sex trafficked in a home. She's going to gas stations. People are taking advantage of her, not because of defendant's panic, but because of what he chose to do every minute, every hour, and every day after January 4th. January 10th, police confront him. He says, I haven't seen her. I haven't been to East Point in a year. January 14th, police confront him again with phone records. I haven't seen her. Haven't seen her since May. Police confront him again. He says he'll come in for a polygraph. Of course, he doesn't show. He tells police, the only one with knowledge of the facts, his version, if you believe a marijuana overdose, is that she was breathing faintly and he panicked. He didn't check on whether she was still breathing when he put her in the trunk of his car. He didn't check whether she was still breathing when he drove her to a dumpster.
But the judge was thinking something different.
But counsel,
yeah.
My concern here is What you're suggesting is that this was murder.
What
That's what you're suggesting, is that this was murder, not the disposal of a body. And that's the prosecution's consideration.
Your Honor, you're correct.
And you're putting facts in here that are not before this court, and this court is not prepared to sentence on murder today, because that's not before me.
Correct in one way, Your Honor. Homicide is not the charged offense, correct?
I'm
Lying to police absolutely is, right?
But that is distinct and different from the additional facts you're providing the
Not
court.
accurate, Judge.
The court was not able to make that kind of discussion at that time. In June 2022, Jaylen was sentenced to 23 months in prison. While this provided some justice, it didn't ease the family's pain
23
or
months,
answer
dude.
all their questions about Zion's death and the disposal of her body. Zion's family keep pushing for more searches and hope to find Zion's remains someday. However, a year after the search efforts, in June 2023, Jaylen was charged with Zion's murder despite maintaining his innocence. In January 2023, Jaylen was released from jail after serving only 10 months of his sentence. He completed a 90 days special incarceration program, which is like a boot camp, allowing him to be released early. The prosecution was able to prove that Zion was alive when Jaylen threw her into the dumpster.
Did you ever hear of Zion having any type of disorder concerning seizures?
No.
Do you have other children who have seizures?
Yes.
Zion, PED, correct?
Correct. I saw it through the camera, not even outside.
Any follow-up questions based on that?
Just briefly, Ms. Milton, so back on January 4th, 2022, is it fair to say you had an understanding that the defendant was the one that picked her up based on your discussions with Zion?
Yes.
Okay. And you had testified previously that you had previously had direct interactions with the defendant when he picked her up on other occasions. Is that correct?
Yes.
On those other occasions, did you see what type of car he was driving?
Yes.
The prosecutor presented all statements and evidence, including testimony from Jaylen's neighbor.
Did you have the ability to view recordings of the camera?
Yes.
How were you able to, access the recordings? Was it through your phone?
Yes, through the app.
And did you ultimately take those recordings and give them to someone by the name of Sierra Milton?
Yes.
And I'm holding a disc marked as People's Proposed Exhibit 21. Is it your understanding that some of those recordings are contained on this disc that I'm holding?
Yes.
And those recordings that you took from your system and you gave to Miss Milton, are they in the same or substantially the same condition they were in when you first viewed them and accessed them on your phone?
Yes.
Thank you.
Prosecutors stated that Jaylen shared with his girlfriend, Katrina Smith, messages, including one with a link to a Google search asking whether someone could be charged with murder if a body isn't found.
Did you have any knowledge of whether or not Zion Foster was at your home that night while you were at work?
No.
If you had known that she was there, would that have, or let's just say hypothetically, if she had been there, would that have been out of the ordinary or unusual?
Yes.
Okay. And do you remember giving your phone to the police to be what's called forensically extracted, if you will?
Yes.
Okay. And the particular phone that you gave them, do you remember what type of, was that a Samsung cell phone?
I believe so.
The way in which the defendant exploited the relationship that you had with Zion, the basic starting point, the basic genesis of what brought us here, that he had a much younger cousin who was, by his own admission, a survivor of, and he essentially created this hyper-sexualized relationship with her through all these communications, through moving closer and closer into her life, by gaining her trust and exploiting that trust. The guidelines don't take that exploitation into consideration. The guidelines don't take into consideration the amount of suffering that the defendant imposed on Sierra Milton and on her family in the days after he killed Zion. He injected them with the false hope that she was okay.
The prosecution presented previous and new evidence and demanded the maximum sentence, but the defense attorney argued over the prosecution.
When the medical examiner made that analysis or opinion, she didn't know that Zion had a history of seizures. That was not disclosed to the medical provider. She also didn't know that Zion had a history of depression and taking antidepressants. Now, when she was confronted with this information, the medical examiner admitted that had she known this information prior, her analysis would be different. Her opinion would be different because it is very possible that a person who has a history of seizures, who's epileptic, could die suddenly.
Above all odds, Jaylen was found guilty by the jury.
While I'm not surprised that defendant continues to deny his role in the victim's death, his response reveals that he's incapable of accepting responsibility of the suffering he's caused Zion Foster's family.
On 3rd of June, 2024, Wayne County Circuit Court Judge Donald Knapp decided that Jaylen had a low chance of changing for the better and did not admit he was responsible for what he did.
Zion Foster considered defendant her favorite cousin. Yet defendant only viewed her as a potential source of pleasure. He took advantage of her young age and naivete. Then after she became a liability, he disposed of her in a heartless manner. In exchange for her friendship, he made every effort to protect himself by lying to law enforcement and lying to Zion Foster's family. He did not call 911 for his beloved cousin, who he insists he did not murder. Instead, after it was clear that his lies were not leading law enforcement away from him, he called a lawyer and spoke to police, which he later regretted, to minimize his exposure to prison time. The jury verdict reflects that it concluded that defendant disposed of the victim's body to conceal the way that he killed her, as well as to conceal the fact that he had killed her. The effort was followed by a torrent of lies to Ms. Foster's family and law enforcement. Defendant's admission that he disposed of Zion Foster's body to police weeks after her murder was part of an ill-conceived attempt to avoid taking responsibility for Zion Foster's death, especially considering his changing stories about the cause of her death.
Ultimately, the judge exceeded the sentencing guidelines and handed Jaylen Brazier a prison term of 38 to 90 years for second-degree murder, plus an additional 5 to 10 years for tampering with evidence. These sentences are to be served one after the other for the murder of his cousin, Zion Foster.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for looking at this and knowing that she can't speak for herself, but thank you for speaking for her. You thought that she didn't matter to us. And you were mistaken. You set yourself up. Good riddance. My condolences to the family.
You thought you were smart. You tried to be slick. The people saw you for what you are.
In memory of Zion, the community has held many vigils and memorials. These events help keep her memory alive and bring people together to heal. The family appreciates the support and love from their neighbors and friends.
Wow. Yeah. Bro, it's crazy that she can't, like the mom said. She said, I trusted you. I thought you was the older, mature one. You my blood. You my cousin. I trusted you. You know? So I know that hurt, but this just shows you how cruel and evil this world is. But I really think Buddy really has some mentally wrong with him. Like the boy is slow and had some, y'all know what I'm talking about. But it was something wrong with him, for real. But, yeah, man, the family got justice in the end. That's all that matters. Y'all tell me what y'all think about the video in the comments, man. See you guys next video. Always remember, be safe out here, kings and queens. Let's get it.